8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Course is clear.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League.
DRL fans, how are you feeling?
It's time to get excited for a night of drone racing. The best drone racers in the world take to the Silicon Valley skies to prove they're made to win.
What's up, DRL fans? Let's get to it! Woo!
Let's go!
This is drone racing.
Let's send it.
This is DRL. Welcome to the DRL Algorand World Championship, the premier international drone racing circuit. This is the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. We're at PayPal Park in Silicon Valley as our 6 finals pilots representing 6 different countries take their place in the flight deck.
Please welcome tonight's pilots.
The pilots are seeded according to their performance in semifinals. The top seed is South Korean MCK, who is this year's most hyped rookie.
I'm just so excited to fly with all the top pilots from the world. I really cannot wait for the racing.
Fans, how are you? Are you getting into it? This is the season opener.
Oh man, it is wild out here.
German Halo Walker set the course record in his semifinal, a full second and a half faster than MCK's best time.
Winning level 2 in front of a live audience, it would be the highlight for my entire drone racing career.
Sitting between them is 2019 DRL World Champ Vanover, who's eager to reclaim that title.
To get on the podium here at this live event would just be a dream come true, but ultimately I'm only going to be fully satisfied if I'm standing on that top step.
You just wait. Just wait. You'll all find out. It's banning time.
Hello everyone, alongside 2-time DRL World Champion Jordan Temkin, as well as 2018 DRL World Champ Paul Nurkala, I'm Craig Hummer. Jordan, I know, easier said than done, but every pilot wants their flying here at the beginning of the season to set the tone for the year.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we know that every single level matters, but what's going to happen here tonight is going to set the momentum going into the rest of the season.
Paul, for a lot of these pilots, it's going to be the largest crowd they've ever flown in front of, and that could get interesting.
Man, when I was competing in DRL, I loved being in front of an audience like this. It gave me extra excitement, energy. It pushed me to fly my best race. However, some of these guys have never been in front of an audience like this, so those that can push aside those nerves and capitalize on that energy are going to dominate.
All right, everybody, I am in section 109, and the energy is hype. I finally found our Google Cloud representatives. Come on, make some noise, Google Cloud. Woo!
Here in the finals, there are 6 regular heats. Win any one of them, and you're in the golden heat. Once we get to the golden heat, it is winner take all. Whoever finishes first will be the level champion. The first heat is moments away. So much hype, Jordan, about the speed, nerves, and how well will they execute. What should we be watching for?
All of it, really. When it comes to nerves, the first heat, it's the worst. You know, you're just itching to get on with the racing. The top 3 seeds, MCK, Vanover, Halo, they were all fast and consistent in the semis, which is a dangerous combination. But it's a blank slate now, so watch out for them to be aggressive right out of the gate.
Old sheriff's on the block, but you know what? We got the new young guns coming. But I gotta remind everyone, regardless of age, experience level, it's Vanny time now. Summer camp's over. Let's get it.
Well, let's run through the pilots and the colors they fly. MCK FPV from Korea flies purple. Vanover, the 2019 DRL World Champion, flies the Disco flashing drone. Halo Walker from Germany, flashing pink. Gab 707 from Canada, yellow. Pavelos from Poland flies orange and white. And Killian from France flies blue. Finals, Heat 1. The cloud's about to get stormy. As they go through the U.S. Air Force gate, that whole shot ever so important. You've got Halo Walker, the flashing pink drone first.
Oh no!
Vanover's down!
They had him midair.
Back down to the field, it'll be the square gate followed by the Google Cloud gate. Halo Walker in front, but Gab right there.
Gab is exactly where he wants to be right now. He's right behind Halo Walker, ready to pounce. And if Halo Walker makes any mistake at all, you know Gab's gonna capitalize.
Flashing pink drone of Halo is in front. Gab yellow second. Pavelos orange and white in third. Killian the only other drone up. He's blue. He sits in fourth. Already on the second lap, Halo Walker having a dream run so far. The Google Cloud gate, that's been giving all the pilots a lot of problems. We lost a drone there. That was Pavelos that went down, but Halo, no problem.
Halo is just so fast. He's not gonna give Gab an opportunity to pounce, is he?
Halo Walker with one turn left through the U.S. Air Force gate. That left turn, they say, is easy as pie. Halo Walker qualifies for the Golden Heat with this win.
Let's go!
I was wondering what that screaming was.
Call first heat of finals. You better be smart at the beginning.
Absolutely, you're doing everything you can to get an early win here in finals. And our two main protagonists tonight, MCK and Vanover, both crash out in the second turn of the race. You can see that they mid-air each other at the apex of the west roof, and they are both out. We watched them win each of their own semifinal heats, and now they're working together to take each other out. Halo Walker gets a big advantage here. Pavelos is trying to catch Gab 707, but swings a little bit too wide, hits the Google Cloud gate, and takes himself out. You can see that he just ever so slightly too wide, too much speed trying to pass Gab, and takes himself out of the race. Halo Walker maintains his strong lead for the rest of the race ahead of Gab 707 and Killian, and you can see what booking that ticket to the Golden Heat means.
Halo, you led start to finish. As a veteran here, how does it feel to know you've guaranteed your spot in the Golden Heat?
Feels great. It's the first time I won a heat in finals. Couldn't do that in last year's Las Vegas race, although I had first podium. This time I had the third podium and managed to get out in front. Gab passed me actually on the launch. His launches are insane. But I managed to keep my cool and pass him back on track. Van or Minchang got unlucky in the midair, and that just opened up the door for me.
Taking a look at these results, remember, to win gets you in the Golden Heat, but 2 seconds does that as well. So a very important second for Gab 707. Now that we've seen a race, Jordan, take us through the course.
Off the start, pilots head to the U.S. Air Force gate. Then climb to a hairpin turn at the west roof. They race back to the square gate and into a vertical hairpin at the Google Cloud gate. Then it's through the ascent gate, up to the south roof, down to the flight deck sweeper, and back up to the north roof. From there, it's the U.S. Air Force gate again for lap 2 or a sprint to the finish.
The only track element I'm a little worried about is the Google Cloud gate. It's a very tough element. It's the only very technical element on the track.
I'm really worried about the roof elements on this track. They're all kind of slightly different. They're all very tricky to approach. You're coming in at full speed and it's an awkward kind of sized shape. And you need to cut it really close if you want to have a good time. At the same time, you're thinking about maintaining speed through it. There's a lot of variables.
This race in the cloud is presented by Google Cloud, and now through their unique partnership with DRL, developers can usher in the next era of tech-driven sports and take their cloud skills to new heights.
Final pilots are into the flight deck.
DRL and Google Cloud are both organizations focused on making the future happen today through technology innovation, as well as learning and development. With DRL, that's through our simulator program, and for Google Cloud, it's through their developer and learning platforms.
We're really excited to talk about how we're going to work with Google Cloud so that our fans who love technology innovation are going to be able to get their hands on our actual race data.
Now the Google Cloud gate, there it is! Vanover out in front, and he is all alone!
We're very excited about the Google Fly Cup Challenge. We're taking DRL's historical race data and giving it to Google developers. More information for the pilots means better racing and better performance.
The Google Cloud Fly Cup Challenge means that developers of all skill levels get to use that race data to come up with predictive outcomes by using Google Cloud Analytics tools, and you'll be able to give tips and tricks to the DRL pilots for their next season performance.
Yeah! The race in the cloud is just the beginning of an incredibly exciting next chapter for DRL. Large-scale live racing with incredible partners like Google at events around the world.
A little bit of bad luck there. MCK and I just colliding there in turn 2, but that's drone racing. Regression to the mean all day, baby. I know I got that pace, so I'm just gonna reset, man. We'll get out there. Confidence is still sky high. It hasn't dropped a bit. So, ready to go again.
Halo Walker was the first to qualify for the winner-take-all Golden Heat, but we're just getting started here in the finals. Heat 2 is next.
The Algorand ecosystem is where monumental change takes shape. So come transform the world with us on Algorand.
The number one thing that I hear when we first go onto an event site is, wow, I had no idea that this production was going to be so big. We start planning an event 6 to 9 months in advance of when it's going to happen. We scout multiple locations across the world. Eventually, we land on a space that's big enough to host a drone race, and after a lot of napkin sketches and debates and discussions, we eventually land on a course line, and then we put on a drone race.
I've been at events for over 10 years, and I always tell people a DRL event is the most complex event I've ever been a part of. When we get on site, we have about 2.5 days to load everything in, set everything up, test all the technology to be ready to stage the race.
For every event, we have 500 to 600 drones that are all completely built and tested by members of my team. We have to make sure that video and control is perfect because these pilots are flying at 90, sometimes 100 miles an hour. We have to make sure that they are having the best flight experience possible.
You have 3 guys that are out on the line. They have 2 drones in hand each, and they're ensuring those drones are to spec. You have a start line manager. You have the pit crew who's doing any repairs. If you're down for more than a minute, you're stopping the show.
DRL has been all over the world. We've been in NFL stadiums,
baseball stadiums where we've had live audiences of 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Pick any kind of terrain, we've been there. We've been to Singapore, we've been to Saudi Arabia, we've been to Germany, we've been to France, we've been to London, in warehouses, biospheres, stadiums, name your place, we put on an event there.
Hitting the road? Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
The Drone Racing League, brought to you by Algorand, the world's most powerful and sustainable blockchain. By T-Mobile, stay connected with more 5G bars in more places. And by Points Cash, freedom to pay your way. Welcome back to the finals of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. Halo Walker won heat number 1 and has secured his spot in the winner-take-all Golden Heat. And Jordan, some of our new fans might not realize that it's really seemed to be a transformative offseason for Halo.
It really has. You know, Halo struggled a lot last season, but something has really clicked for him. He has the fastest time we've ever seen out there on this track, and it's consistently fast too. So whatever he's doing, the other pilots, they've got to figure it out and do the same.
Heat 2, here we go.
Let's roll through the pilots and colors once again. MCK flies purple, Vanover the disco drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals. Heat 2. Warning, thunder and lightning ahead. Full shot by Gab 707, the yellow drone. He's first up to that west roof. You've got the flashing pink drone of Halo Walker right there. This is when Halo's made a lot of moves on the competition, but Gab and yellow first. But look at that, Halo Walker with the surge. He is in front coming out of the Google Cloud gate. Gab not giving up though.
Halo Walker has really just nailed down this track. He's memorized every bit of it so well. He has so much speed around every car. I don't know what the other pilots could do to keep up with that.
Well, partner, we just got confirmation. The man in second, the yellow drone. Oh, Gab, it's not going to matter. I was going to say he was assessed a 2-second penalty for a false start, but now he's out. Halo Walker trying to go back to back. So far, so good. Up to that south roof. Counterclockwise turn, he'll do the flight deck sweeper, which he's had no problem with lately. North roof one final time. MCK in second, Vanover in third. Vanover's making a move. Did he get it? Yes! Vanover's in second. Halo takes the win, and Vanover beats MCK for second.
Who got second? Who got second?
You.
Woo! Woo!
Yup!
Paul, you know this is a game of inches and microseconds, so you better start fast.
There is so much carnage out there, and Gab wanted to get out front of it, and that is what he did on the first pass. But Halo Walker is sniffing him down. He's trying to find his way past, and where he finds his way through is here on the Google Cloud gate. He cuts it a lot tighter than Gab. Gab has to make 2 corrections, and Halo sneaks out in front. It's now up to Gab 707 to catch up, but wham! Drone's gone, GoPro's flying, drone's in the stands. Halo Walker is now out front, establishing dominance. But look at this battle for second place. We've got MCK and Vanover literally inches apart through the gate. It cannot get closer than that. Second place still matters here in finals because 2 seconds puts you on to the Golden Heat, but look how tight that is. MCK is going to be feeling that, and he's going to want to get his revenge.
The leaderboard tells its own story. Halo Walker, no problem so far, still officially the only pilot to be in the Golden Heat, but now Gab and Vanover have those critical second places.
2 heat wins.
The Google Cloud Gate has already proven itself to be the most critical maneuver on the track. Let's take a closer look, presented by the U.S. Air Force.
The Google Cloud Gate requires a tricky split S maneuver through a vertical hairpin turn. The ideal line requires pilots to enter the gate high while turning in as early as possible. This carries the most momentum all the way through the exit. Pilots approach at an angle from the right side. They roll right and pitch up while dropping throttle to invert the drone through the top gate. They then increase throttle to accelerate through the bottom while turning right towards the next gate. Mistiming the turn can cause them to crash into the gate or force them to swing wide and overcorrect, which is slower.
Jordan, Vanover's got 1 second as well as Gab, but for Vanover specifically, what do you think his strategy should be moving forward?
Yeah, you know, he has that 1 second place already, so if I was him, I think I'd go for another second place, get my ticket to the Golden Heat, get in, and then focus on how to beat Halo Walker.
Finders, Heat 3. Better keep your head in the cloud. By the way, that's going to be close. About another false start for Gab in yellow. No problem getting the whole shot, but we'll see whether or not he'll be penalized. Halo Walker in that customary stalking position in second.
Jeez, Halo Walker. Oh no, lots of carnage.
We've got 2 drones down, it seems, but the fight up front is going to continue. Yellow drone of Gab, flashing pink drone of Halo Walker. Gab with a slight lead. It looks as though Halo Walker's just waiting to pounce.
Yeah, I don't know if Gab's going to be able to hold on to that lead because just Halo Walker is so fast around this corner. Watch as he just dives down onto Gab. I think he's going to get the pass into this cloud gate right here. Oh,
Doesn't get the pass, but guess what, my friend? Confirmed that Gab had another false start, 2-second penalty. So if Halo Walker stays in this position, he will finish easily within 2 seconds. Vanover, however, coming into this. So if Vanover passes Halo, he might get the win.
Well, if he gets the second place right now, he's good.
Look at that, you're right. Good point, my friend. Halo Walker will get another win because Gab will be penalized, and Vanover then will be bumped up to second, and that will get him in the Golden Heat.
I think I got that. I'll be shocked if I didn't get it. I got third, but he had a 2-second penalty, and I was on your tail.
Yeah, no, you should have gotten it.
I don't know, we're gonna see. We'll see, I'm not celebrating yet.
Dude,
he was gone.
I was about to make the pass.
That's the second, baby. Nice. That's the Golden Heat.
He won! Woo! Yeah!
Yep.
3 Heat wins. That's how we do it out here.
No, not yet.
Flying good, feeling good.
Paul, how much fun are you having?
I cannot believe everything that just happened in this race. It looked like Gab 707 had an amazing launch, but upon closer inspection, he left tenths of a second too early. Because of his false start, we're watching an epic battle for second place. The first time through the Google Cloud Gate, we lost MCK and Pavelos. From then, it was a 3-way battle for the Heat win between Gab, Halo, and Vanover. This is Vanover's perspective, chasing down Halo and Gab. Vanover goes through the north roof backwards to try to make up some time on Halo Walker, and he closes down the distance, but in the end, it's not quite enough. Halo is credited with the win, and Vanover takes his second place, advancing him to the Golden Heat.
A glance at our leaderboard, Halo Walker, no problem there. Vanover now with his 2 seconds means that we have 2 pilots so far in the Golden Heats. Do you want to fly like the pros? Download the DRL Sim on PlayStation, Xbox, Steam, and Epic Games.
Yeah, so that race was exhilarating. Gab had a 2-second penalty right off the start, and I had a feeling he would get it because he really launched early. So I just kept my composure together. I chased Halo Walker in. I was pretty confident when the race ended that even though I physically finished in third, that I would have that 2 seconds to my advantage. And I got the second place, baby, and I'm in the Golden Heat. Let's go.
3 heats down, 3 to go. 2 pilots in, 4 pilots yet to qualify for the Golden Heat. Their next chance is Heat 4, coming up.
is 70% water and 30% land. But the entire sky belongs to us. Copy that. Aim high, Airman.
I was 19 years old when I won the DRL World Championship.
The 2019 champion.
I was young, I was arrogant.
I am 100% on fire.
I had come off arguably an extraordinary season.
Yes!
I smashed records, I was consistent, I was winning races. I was ready to go into 2020 and repeat that, but losing the season was a bit of a bitter pill to swallow. But heads up, won it fair and square. I think what's gonna set me apart from the other pilots is my maturity at such a young age. I've raced in DRL before. I know what I have to do to win championships.
Vanover still leading the way and holding a win.
I would definitely say I'm more mature than I was 2 years ago, but I'm still just as hungry and I'm still just as excited to go out there and race and compete against the best pilots in the world. It's gonna be fireworks. It's gonna be an incredible season, and I want that title back so badly. I want to go out there and show what I was going to in 2020, which is just domination.
For more than 2 decades, Dragonfly has been engineering innovative UAV and AI solutions across industries in the public and private sectors. This year, we have released a new heavy-lift UAV capable of carrying more than 30 kilograms and the versatile Commander 3XL UAV that can accommodate a whole host of payloads, including our new LiDAR system. From landmine detection and EMS delivery drones deployed in Ukraine to our biometric insight AI, our reputation has been built on our commitment to engineer technology that saves time, money, and lives.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. We are halfway through the finals of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud, and Halo and Vanover have already qualified for the Golden Heat. Jordan, Halo, come on! Seemingly unstoppable.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he has all the first places so far. He's sub 106 for every single one of them. He's consistently faster than the rest of the pilots, and that is a dangerous combination. If he can keep this up, like, I don't know what to do about it.
Nor do the other pilots know what to do, but we know they're tense. Thanks to Dragonfly's Vital Intelligence technology, you can see Vanover's heart rate is hovering over 100 beats per minute even before the race starts. Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Velos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 4. The forecast, cloudy with a chance of maneuvers as they're through the U.S. Air Force gate, now up to the west roof. The yellow drone of Gab right there in front, so's the disco drone of Vanover, and you've got MCK right there. MCK out in front early.
Wow, that is a dangerously tight pack to be a part of. You know, they talk about dirty air all the time. Looks like
Vanover's now moved to the lead. Great job by the veteran, as Vanover will lead them all on to lap number 2. After the U.S. Air Force gate, it's up to the west roof. And how about this? Vanover building on that lead.
Yeah, he is just surging away, and that's that clean air that we're talking about. You want to get away from the pack so you can really push the thrust of the drone as much as possible.
Vanover in first, and now Halo Walker, it looks like, has moved into second. So what they're going to do is start to prevent other pilots from either winning or getting those critical seconds. Couple more turns, only one through the U.S. Air Force gate now. Vanover's going to get his first win of the final. Halo.
Lars here! Yeah! Woo! Yeah, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Dude, that's Bliss. Oh.
Minor.
No, we had a good battle, dude. We had a good battle. Bring it in. You're good.
You got it legit.
Paul, in this sport, you better be used to somebody being very close to you.
I am sitting in my commentary booth wondering, how in the world are they not hitting each other? This pack is so tight, but somehow they all go through the gap in the west roof at the same time with no contact, but mistakes started to come in the Google Cloud gate. Gab approaches too fast, goes wide, and has to correct his mistake. Velos nails the speed, but he descends too quickly, clips the center post, and spins out of control. Somehow, both stay in the air and continue their race. The rest of the pack stayed in contention, but Vanover pulled a monstrous move past MCK with a big pass through the south roof and into the flight deck sweeper. This is MCK's perspective chasing down the front runners. You can see Vanover is leading the race by making nice straight lines from gate to gate, while MCK is cutting corners as tight as possible to try to catch up. But it's too little, too late.
Gab, your false starts in Heat 3 negated your win. Do you think you maybe played it too safe in Heat 4?
Not really. You know, I was in contention. I was there pushing. Unfortunate slight mistake. I think I got washed out by Vanover. It's an unusual thing, but we didn't quite contact, but we were so close that he pushed me away from the gate. But it is what it is. We'll race harder.
We were just talking, there's been a lot of mid-air, but you do have 1 second place finish already. You only need 1 more second place finish or a first to get into the Golden Heat. What do you need to do?
I'm just sticking to the program here. I'll let the other guys do whatever they're doing. I'll do my thing.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Here's that leaderboard, and the firsts are coming fast and furiously. Halo Walker and Vanover, though, still the only 2 pilots in the Golden Heat. Visit ProjectDroneGalaxy.com to join the Discord and help name DRL and Algorand's Fly-to-Own game. There are just 2 more chances for the other pilots to qualify. First, enjoy some fun 2-time DRL World Champion heads-up hat with Gotham FC, New York's National Women's Soccer League team, during one of their training sessions.
We're here at the training facility with Gotham FC, and for the very first time, we're going to have the FPV drone on the field with the players as they're training. We're hoping to get some really unique shots and something you've never seen before.
I qualified for the DRL season, winning the DRL tryouts this year.
And your newest pilot for DRL!
Winning was probably one of the best moments in my racing career. The joy of winning after all that practice finally paid off was amazing. The moment it sank in, I just couldn't hold the tears back.
Welcome to DRL, bud! You did it, my friend.
This is legit a dream come true for me. Like, oh my god, like this isn't even real.
Spending a year in the States during my exchange year got me interested into racing in the first place. The first time I watched DRL on live television was during Nurk's season. Watching him become the DRL World Champion was amazing.
And Nurk makes it official!
I really looked up to him, so coming into DRL as a fan and racing some of these guys that I looked up to is just amazing.
I'm definitely looking at the veterans this year.
Having a battle with Gab 707, someone I looked up to, is just a lot of fun to race with these guys. What sets me apart from the other pilots is the different way I look at racing lines and the special lines I can find in some situations or on some tracks. The way I look at a track differently coming from the sim puts me at an advantage.
This is to move on to the finals. Your last left. Who's it going to be? And it goes to Halo Walker.
Yeah! Let's go! Yeah!
Algorand ecosystem is where monumental change takes shape. So come transform the world with us on Algorand.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. With just 2 regular heats of racing remaining, only 2 pilots have secured their spots in the Golden Heat, Halo and Vanover. Jordan, let's talk about Vanover, because ever since he came into the league, you have said never count him out.
Oh yeah, I mean, he is so fast, and like, disregarding the DNF that he had in Heat 1, he's been incredibly consistent, and he's just getting faster and faster every single heat. That 104.7 is just mind-bogglingly fast, and if he can keep that consistency and speed up, he's gonna do great.
Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 5. Dynamic and determined digits deliver results. They're now up to the west roof. The flashing drone of Vanover, he's in first. You've got Gab 707, the yellow drone, in second. Flashing pink of Halo, though, is now moved into second. Vanover still leads them into the Google Cloud.
But Halo Walker looks like, oh wow, there's a big tight pack right there, isn't there?
Absolutely, Vanover's out front, but Halo, Gab, and MCK right there.
This battle for second is huge. Halo wants to protect that golden heat. If Gab gets another second, he's in that golden heat. And MCK desperately needs to get on that board.
Vanover trying to build on that lead, and it looks like he's able to do that just ever so slightly.
Vanover is just gaining confidence with every turn around this course. He must be feeling so good right now.
Look how close these top 4 are, and just like that, we lose one of them. I believe it was Halo Walker. Vanover going for a second win, but keep your eye on second place. MCK in purple just in front of Gab in yellow. This is the final stretch. Vanover gets the win, and MCK takes second.
It's racing, baby. It's racing.
Moonshine, Gab, and I had a battle. I was trying to protect it.
I know, bro. It's all right. It was. We got one more.
Paul, casual fans might not know the view through your FPV. You got to get used to it.
When there's this many drones this close together ahead of you, look how hard it is to even spot the west roof. Killian's got to battle against the visual noise of his competitors in front of him, push the distraction out of his mind, and focus on his own line. The first crash was when Pavelos cut it a little bit too low on the first pass through the Google Cloud Gate and lost the drone. Vanover held the lead well into lap 2 when Halo Walker started to push his luck. He climbs a little bit too high, trying to cut back down, and knocks his drone out of contention. In this final stretch, Vanover's got a clear win, but second place matters. Here we have Gab's View chasing MCK, but MCK is just too fast and holds him off. Oh, that was a race.
Halo Walker was on fire at the beginning, but Vanover has all the momentum at the moment. And MCK and Gab, all they need is second or better in this final regular heat to get in the Golden Heat. Vanover is one of the most successful pilots in DRL history, not least because of his competitive mindset. Here's a closer look at what motivates the 2019 World Champ. It's Why He Flies, presented by Dragonfly.
Racing tonight, man. We are drone racing tonight.
What I love about drone racing is the competition. I love that pressure in those golden heats because if I lose, I lost to the very best in the world. And that's something that you can't get outside of DRL. When we're out on the flight deck and we're in an important race, my heart rate is just going so fast. I'm so excited, and it's almost as if the moment the race starts, my heart rate calms down.
Vanover, that flashing drone, get used to seeing it at or near the front.
I need that pressure, I need that animosity, I need the other guys looking at me with that intent to beat me. I love all that because it makes me just want to fly the very best that I can.
I told you guys, it's any time.
All that matters is how I fly, and if I focus on myself and I fly my best, then I'll win. You're only as good as your last race. That's my mentality going into this year. Keep that energy alive. Don't focus on races that have just happened. Focus on the next one. The goal is always the same, and that's to be the world champion.
Performing when it counted, ladies and gentlemen, that is Vanover.
Download the Drone Racing Arcade, a fun, free, and easy-to-play drone racing mobile game on iOS and Android. Just one more chance for the other pilots to join Halo and Vanover in the Golden Heat. The decisive Heat 6 is next.
Hitting the road? Not all 5G networks are created equal. T-Mobile covers more highway miles with 5G than Verizon. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
So I'm really excited to be out here today. We have a bunch of really awesome airmen who are going to show us around. We're going to get some hands-on time with a lot of the stuff that they get to use through their airman training, and I'm super excited for it.
It'll be interesting to see their perspective change a little bit with all of the different things we have planned on for today.
All right, welcome guys. This is the U.S. Air Force Centrifuge. Every pilot that's going to go off and fly fighters, they're going to come visit us. The device is capable up to 20 Gs. It would never spin to that with people inside of it. However, on the research side, we could spin 20 Gs with some equipment.
Running.
Oh my gosh.
Keep that trigger engaged, coming down, stay tight, and...
Oh my gosh. No way.
Oh my goodness.
Strong Lab is the Air Force's exercise science laboratory. Pulling G's requires holding onto a lot of isometric strength, right, in your core. Pull. Today, we'll be measuring your power, body composition, how fast you recover, how well you move.
Go, 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 go. Woo!
Today, we're going to do a couple different neuromodulation techniques that are going to help improve your flying performance.
Seeing the process and the preparedness that the airmen went through to go out and fly missions and figuring out like how can we integrate that into things that we're trying to do as professional drone racers, it's really exciting.
Collectively, we are going forward and being able to be the best pilots that we can be.
This is DRL, the Drone Racing League. Welcome back to Silicon Valley and the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. Only one more chance here in the finals of Level 2 for the pilots to earn their way into the Golden Heat. So Jordan, let's talk about the guys that have, we'll call it a better chance, right? MCK and Gab, because a second gets them in, is that less pressure?
No, I think that's almost even more pressure, but if there's any pilots that can handle the pressure, it's obviously the veteran Gab 707 and MCK, who is so just talented. I mean, these guys can do this.
Our pilots in colors again: MCK purple, Vanover the disco flashing drone, Halo flashing pink, Gab yellow, Pavelos orange and white, and Killian blue. Finals, Heat 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Win enough, and you may be in the 3 comma club. Gab with the whole shot. He's the yellow drone. He's out in front. You've got Halo Walker, the flashing pink drone, in second, fighting with Vanover the disco drone. They're your top 3. Look at them go. They've already got some separation.
Oh, but Halo is surging out of there. Look at the lead. He already got in just a couple gates.
Halo Walker in front, but we just got confirmation. Another false start for Gab. He's the yellow drone. That penalty will probably keep him out of the golden heat. Halo Walker flashing pink in first, Vanover in second. You heard Vanover talking about playing the protection game. These 2 drones in front want to be the gatekeepers to the golden heat.
And they're doing a wonderful job right now. They're keeping separation between each other so they don't midair, but they're both staying in front of the pack.
South through, Halo first, Vanover in second. They'll now go through the flight deck sweeper, no problem at all for those front runners. Couple more turns, Halo, Vanny. They now go down through the U.S. Air Force gate, and look at this. The 2 guys that will be in the golden heat finish first and second.
Yeah!
Halo, then Vanover.
Oh!
Halo Walker wins, and there, ladies and gentlemen, are your 2
Yeah!
Heat pilots.
Hey, Ninchan.
It's fine.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
You're just really good, man.
Wait, who got started?
Oh, God.
Halo Walker and Vanover. Paul, the show just keeps getting better.
This last heat of finals before the golden heat is critical to so many. Gab 707 needs a second place, but he launches early, so he's got so much work to do to get out front and get away. But Halo Walker started in 3rd place, and before the Google Cloud Gate was able to make the pass. Look, he's in 3rd now. He keeps a little bit of altitude and drops it. He's still sitting a little bit behind Vanover, but he's going to come around, and in the pass to the Google Gate, he's going to be able to get out ahead. We lost 1 drone, that's Pavelos. He just lost it there on the entry into the sweeper, but that leaves Halo Walker and Vanover out front. These 2 have already booked their golden heat ticket, so they're trying to play defense. The only person that can move on from this perspective here is Killian, and he needs to be winning.
It is down to 2, Vanover, Halo Walker. Halo, with 4 wins in the finals, how were you able to be so dominant?
I'm just consistent, and I like this track a lot. I have a line that's consistent and fast. I did have 1 bad crash in Heat 5 there, but I was feeling it, and I'm continually feeling it in the golden heat.
Vanover, it's down to just 2 drones, so how does that change your strategy?
Well, you know, we've been kind of teaming up a little bit here, but listen, I have a lot of respect for Halo, so out of all the pilots tonight, I'm glad it's him and I in the golden heat. I feel like we're the best 2 out here tonight. And my strategy is the same. Let's go out there and win, and hopefully I can put the pressure on him. I have a little bit of work to do, it looks like, off the start, but that's okay. I've been here before, and I'll do it again.
It is on. Good luck, gentlemen.
Those 2 veterans know each other's games, and speaking of veterans, Gab 707's false start in that last heat, partner, is going to bump him from 3rd to 4th overall, which means Gab's false start costs him a spot on the podium. The crowd here at PayPal Park has been getting quite the show. They came for the racing, but the community scene is half the fun. And now you can support your favorite pilot from home. Just head over to shopdrl.io to grab jerseys and the latest gear from DRL. It all comes down to this. Who is made to win? Halo Walker versus Vanover. 1v1 to become the champion of the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud.
than 2 decades, Dragonfly has been engineering innovative UAV and AI solutions across industries in the public and private sectors. This year, we have released a new heavy-lift UAV capable of carrying more than 30 kilograms and the versatile Commander 3XL UAV that can accommodate a whole host of payloads, including our new LiDAR system. From landmine detection and EMS delivery drones deployed in Ukraine to our biometric Insight AI, our reputation has been built on our commitment to engineer technology that saves time, money, and lives.
Drone racing has a lot of potential to motivate kids to learn about science, about electronics, about physics, about robotics, about so many things.
At the Drone Racing League, STEM is at our core. Our DRL Academy STEM program teaches students how to build, fly, and code racing drones. We inspire the next generation of innovators through the thrill, speed, and science of our sport. With custom drone kits, flying lessons, coding competitions, and panels with DRL pilots, the DRL Academy creates fun learning experiences that last a lifetime.
The flight deck has a really unique atmosphere. It's buzzy, it's noisy, but at the same time, there's an intensity that's quite quiet.
The atmosphere in the flight deck is incredibly tense. The guys come out and they're trying to get out of their own heads and shake off those nerves.
There's a lot of competition there.
Come on!
The pilots really, really want to win, so there's a lot of yelling.
Let's go, baby!
There's a lot of debating each other about who is faster.
There's so much more going on in the flight deck than you can see at home, because you're seeing the angle of the pilots, but then on the other side, there's an entire production happening. There's generally between 8 or 10 different staff buzzing around, checking the controls, checking the graphics, checking the lights. So it's not a quiet, calm place. The pilots really have to hone in on their focus. Some of them are very, very calm, relaxed. Some of them are very stressed and intense, and they take that moment to really breathe and calm down. What I love about Vanover is his self-talk. He inspires himself and talks out loud to himself.
First time flying the course in a while.
Reminding himself of who he is, why he's there, and how brilliant he is ahead of the race. Alex FPV doesn't like to sit down, so he stands up every single time, and he stands with excitement, intensity, and that's his way of flying.
There's so many people on the flight deck, but they all have a singular focus, getting to racing.
It's a special place to be.
The Drone Racing League, brought to you by Google Cloud. By Dragonfly, North America made and manufactured drone and AI solutions. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high. Welcome back for the conclusion of Level 2, the Race in the Cloud, presented by Google Cloud. It is now time for the Golden Heat, and it is 1v1, Jordan. This doesn't happen very often. It is going to be Halo Walker versus Vanover. Pick 'em, my friend.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. You know, Vanover, at least in these finals, does have the fastest time between the two of them. But Halo is much more consistent overall. So, I mean, I think I'm going to have to go for Vanover. He's been doing this a long time. He's going to be calm, collected, and fast.
All right, I'm going to hold you to it. Let's go through the two that are here, their colors, and more importantly, their starting podiums. Halo Walker flies the flashing pink drone. He will be on P1. Vanover, the disco drone, on podium 4. Finally, Golden Heat. The search for a champion ends here. Great start by Halo. He's got the whole shot and already a good sizable lead. Is they're around the west group. Now he'll lead Vanover through the square gate and into the Google Cloud gate. Vanover closes the gap. Wow! How about that pass? Vanover moves into the lead. He just flew by Halo.
Wow, that was an incredible pass by Vanover. He knew exactly what he had to do in that moment, and it was just a really tight Google Cloud gate, wasn't it?
On to lap number 2, a distant second now. Halo, you can't even call it a stalking position because Vanover has put the pedal down. Speed against speed. Oh, Vanover's out! He crashes into Google Cloud gate, and Halo is up alone.
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Halo Walker getting fancy and putting on a show for the crowd. He came into this season wanting to prove he could fly IRL, and he has done it. Yeah! Go ahead and Google Halo Walker, and you will find winner.
Trying.
Good job, man. Hey, we proud of you. And how much you wanted this, all right? Enjoy this night.
This is all you, man. This is your night, all right?
Paul, that pass of Vanover's was textbook.
Despite having to start well behind Halo Walker, Vanover executed early to get out front and set the pace for this heat. He made a perfectly straight line from the west roof to the square gate, where he cut it as tight as possible. Halo Walker went a little wide out of the square gate, and Vanover was able to pass him into the cloud gate by keeping on that tight line. Vanover got out front and gave himself a huge gap. It was his race to lose. The Google Cloud Gate is make or break on this course. Lap 1, it was a make, but lap 2 for Vanover was a break. With adrenaline surging, Vanover misjudged his turn through the Google Cloud Gate and blew a huge lead. The last time Halo Walker raced in front of an audience, it ended in disappointment. But today he kept it clean. He kept it in the air when it was all to play for. He's doing flips. He's doing rolls. He is celebrating all his hard work all the way through the rest of this course to bring it home for the level win.
Halo Walker has always said he loves this sport because of the adrenaline and the battles. He got both in that Golden Heat. Your podium from level 2, Halo Walker on the top step, the veteran Vanover in second, and MCK finishes in third. Vanover may have come in second, but his winning time of 104.7 in Heat 4 was the U.S. Air Force fastest heat of the finals. Vanover took the lead through the flight deck sweeper on lap 1 and never looked back. Here are the overall season standings after 2 levels. Halo Walker moves to the top, now 9 points ahead of Vanover. MCK sits in third with Alex FPV in fourth at 28.
Congratulations to Halo Walker, the champion of the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud.
That does it for the Race in the Cloud presented by Google Cloud. Congrats again to Halo Walker. Follow DRL on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and subscribe on YouTube. Jordan Temkin, Paul Nurkala, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew, I'm Craig Hummer. Thanks for watching. This is a copyrighted broadcast of Drone Racing League Incorporated. It may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of Drone Racing League Incorporated.